Dr. Prem, before we dive into your journey in depth, sir, who were you before you donned the white coat? Actually, what shaped the Dr. Prem that he is today?
So I belong to a family of a business background. I really never took education so seriously, and my family also was like that. So then I wanted to do something very different, and I was most of my childhood I was away from home only in a hostel. So their discipline was just a routine. Then it was after my education, my primary education, secondary, and everything. Then it was time to choose my career. My family and my father especially gave a push to be. They had a dream. I be a doctor. So turned my journey towards medicine. It was later time as I came to my post graduation general surgery. Then my passion towards aesthetics led to be a plastic surgeon in my super specialty.
Okay. So now let's go a bit more personal. So tell me one thing about you. It might be a hobby, it might be a book that you read. It might be a superstition that you follow before every surgery. Tell me any one particular thing about you that your patients might be very surprised to hear.
So I have no real hobby on the clients, but all the time busy in the hospital. I like watching movies. I find the time in the late night only for those hobbies which I'm talking about.
Story of every doctor. I mean, thank you very much for sacrificing those hobby times and actually investing that in changing lives of patients. But that brings me down to our next question. You've been changing lives, as an aesthetic doctor, as an aesthetic surgeon since long. But what actually made you take, what actually was the thing? Yeah, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. What was that one moment?
Yeah, 80% of the surgeries, all the procedures are not visible post-op. It's the only specialty or super specialty in medicine where the results are really visible immediately after the surgery. So the result which we are going to give to the patient are appreciated by the family and the patient itself also after the surgery, immediately after the surgery. So we can't take some time telling them that, okay, you will get better. That sort of things are not there in plastic surgery. That is the main difference between other specialties in plastic surgery.
Instant results, right?
Yes.
That gave you the
really gives it. Because the satisfaction is immediately after the procedure only, immediately. On the table, I will be able to appreciate, and after that, the patient will be able to appreciate.
Great. Okay, sir. So before you were Dr. Prem, the brand that you are, before you established Cosmo Radiance and became the service provider that you are currently in Hyderabad. What were the early days like as a surgeon, as a young surgeon, hustling in the city?
For every young surgeon, there are very hectic days, hectic nights with the patient, with the surgeries, and with the outcomes which may be very successful and also failures also. And surgeons who have seen failures only will know how to really cut their mistakes and grow. And this all I've already gone to these things in my life, gone through these things in my life. And now, after 15 years of my struggle, I've established this brand, Cosmo Radiance.
Mm-hmm. So, now that you mentioned Cosmo Radiance, let's talk a bit about it. What was the vision like, sir? I mean, how did it all start? What was your vision behind establishing Cosmo Radiance?
Sir, I've been seeing my patients in multiple hospitals in Hyderabad. Every hospital has a pros and cons. Okay. Regarding the management, regarding the patients. So I had a dream to establish my own setup where I can remove all those cons and put only pros into this.
So you wanted to build something bigger than a hospital for your patients.
So I have all the facilities in one place, sir. That was my intention, which has just come into place.
Yeah, I mean, with good intentions and enough hard work, anything is possible, and you've proved that for everyone. So thank you very much for proving that. But you call Cosmo Radiance a transformation destination, right? So what is the difference between an experience at a typical aesthetics clinic and at Cosmo Radiance? What is the major thing setting you apart?
Mainly, it is way to transformation, sir. That's the tagline for Cosmo Radiance, and we really go on those lines only. Because see, for transformation, it is not only a plastic surgeon's arena. It is aesthetics is from transplant surgeons, dental aesthetics like smile designing, and there are maxillofacial surgeons, and then there are bariatric surgeons who will really help you to reduce your weight. Then comes the plastic surgeons, and not to forget dermatologists who are really into your face, which is really a mirror of your confidence and everything. So these are all things under one roof. We don't.
You basically,
Yes, a system where all these specialties will come under one roof. And this,
so you took a lot of experts and molded the entire expertise into a transformative experience.
teamwork, nothing to do with the plastic surgeon. It's teamwork. Yeah.
Okay. So, Dr. Prem, building a clinic is one thing, sir, but transforming that clinic into the brand that it is today, a brand that your patients trust, how did you actually bridge the gap from being just another clinic to actually becoming the brand?
Experience of a surgeon will give really the good results. But reaching the patient, we need a way out. That way is the branding and marketing. Without a brand and marketing person's team really helping us, we can't reach the required patients.
Great. Basically, educating more and more patients. Again, brand building and marketing definitely helps in educating more patients. But now, let me ask a very personal question from you, sir. Skin Business Accelerator as an agency has been helping you with marketing and branding for the past some time now. What has your experience been with Skin Business Accelerator been like? And how are we different from the other agencies that you might have worked with in the past?
Skin Business Accelerator is a game changer. It helped me to reach people and attend their needs and educating the client. It changed my opinion on digital marketing. It is a medium where my surgical skills to meet the requirement of the patient is being fulfilled.
Thank you very much, sir, and I'm glad we've been able to work with it. We are coming up with something that will actually be a game changer. I'm going to reveal that to our email list in a while, but before that, let's just continue talking about you and your services now, sir. Sir, what is one gynecomastia story that still gives you goosebumps?
I will tell you an interesting story about a patient. This patient, he was getting married in few weeks. He was very anxious when he came into my room, and he was expressing that he had a marriage, he had his marriage, but was not really ready to get married because in their tradition, it's like they need to get bare chested. So that tradition was really required for his wedding. So he came here and he expressed the same thing to me and were very much worried. Then I gave him the confidence that I'm going to do the procedure on him and he will be okay in these few weeks only. That was the condition there. So I had to do that surgery immediately the next day. Then there was some issue for 1 week. Because the time for the recovery is 1 week, 8 to 10 days. So he had to wear the pressure garments. Then immediately on the wedding day, I think so, just he removed the pressure garment and the tradition was over. Then he called me that wedding day only. He was really happy to share this story with me.
And those the moments we as doctors live for, sir.
It was a moment where the things were with happiness, emotions, and the way he was able to achieve that target in a very few weeks. That is important here.
The timeline of results.
Yes, timeline.
Speed of success. Great. Now, gynecomastia, sir, it's a thing that makes men very vulnerable, right? They feel very anxious and afraid because of this. They need a very safe environment to actually open up and talk about these things, right? So how are you able to maintain that safe environment at Cosmo Radiance so that your patients can open up to you and actually talk about everything?
See, for a patient with gynecomastia, it is only communication which is going to really help. They need to come to the center, then start the communication, then tell their difficulties. So we are here to really do our jobs with very great success. But we need to communicate their problem to me. That is important for us.
Sir, gynecomastia surgeries are actually life-changing. So, have you ever seen any patient actually cry because that were the results that they were looking for so long, right? They got rid of anxiety after so long, and you gave them a new confidence, a new life. So, has anybody ever given you the tears of joy?
He was a guy with 21-year-old, lot of peer pressure. He was going for a vacation, and he was not able to go to the beaches, not to the pools. He was not able to spend his vacation also with his friends. That was the condition of a patient who has come to me. Then after the surgery, he was really emotionally, he started really crying, seeing that because he suffered his childhood, the teenage period with the peer pressure. with the friends teasing him.
Can't even
That's all,
imagine how hard
that
it
is
is.
all the story of a gynecomastia. But really, they have to have a way out. And this is, you and I are going to really help them to achieve that.
Hopefully, sir. I mean, if there is anybody with gynecomastia actually watching this podcast, see, there is a solution. It's not at all your fault, and the solution is very easy, isn't it, sir?
Very easy, very easy. The solution is very easy, and they need not go this turmoil of emotional bullying, peer pressure, that loss of confidence, and these relationships which are going to go havoc. These things are not really required for this condition, which is treatable, 100% treatable.
So, for everybody watching, you can find search details anywhere in the description, or you can find a button below if it's the landing page that you've actually landed at. Now, let's move forward to talking a bit about lipoma, sir, the pumps that actually steal our confidence, right? What is the most underestimated impact that you have seen lipoma having on somebody's self-image?
Lipoma is a condition which is not really going to be life-threatening, but it is going to really lead to his loss of confidence if it is visible. If it is not in a visible areas, the patient is really comfortable. Unless and until having some swelling which may be cancerous like thing. But lipoma luckily is not at all a cancerous lesion. It is benign, or it is not cancerous, and need not worry. But the main reason of lipoma will be that loss of confidence in the person with the swelling, because person beside him in the meeting, friends, family start pointing out those things and asking what the swelling is. This is a question which he is day in and day out being asked by people around him, which is going to really irritate him, become little emotionally vulnerable. So he has to visit a doctor to get it done. It's a very small surgery, minimally invasive, without any scar, there is no long post-operative time required for the recovery of the.
So you've seen hundreds of lipoma patients, if not thousands. What is the number one most common emotion that all of them share before coming to you, and how most of them feel after getting the procedure done for them?
There is a one condition where it is called a multiple lipomatosis, where the person will have multiple lipomas in his body. We regularly get these patients. So I tell them, need not worry about the lipomas. The lipomas only are cosmetic impact only. It is only cosmetic impact only. So we remove the lesions or lipomas which are really visible to the person, visible to people around him, and really the person will be a changed man after the surgery because of his confidence levels are really increased after the surgery.
Now, so what makes your approach to lipoma removal so different that without the scars, with a very small recovery time, how are you able to achieve these results? What's your technique? What's your secret?
So the secret is that we give the incision line which may be very little visible, one thing, and the other thing is we do liposuction there to remove the lipoma. With liposuction, we are not going to give a big scar there. The scar is also sutured in a way which is less visible.
Understandable. And that is why so many of your patients trust you for great results, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your secret for all the younger surgeons out there. You can try to implement this and try to, replicate the results that sir has been able to get. So now let's talk a bit about acne scars, about the way that we healing the invisible pain. So we all have heard that acne scars are normal, but in your opinion, sir, how deep can the pain go emotionally?
Yeah, it is going to really create emotional, what you said is right. It is going to really create emotional difficulty to the patient when he is painful for the patient later in life, where he needs to get rid of those scars to improve his confidence and also make him or her little more confident in life. So these things are very important, and these can be treated. Latest technology which has come really helpful for dermatologists and plastic surgeons to treat them.
Underwent scar correction at Cosmo Radiance?
We have a patient at Cosmo Radiance where she was an actor with a big scar over the forehead, with which she is not able to create a emotion on the screen because there was no movement of the eyebrow. So where we have corrected the issue with the scar revision, and she was very confident after the surgery.
Great. So you actually changed that. So what would you say to somebody who is suffering from acne scars, who thinks that they've tried everything and has now lost all hope? How would you actually, help them, try once again and get rid of this problem forever?
So at Cosmo Radiance, we have cutting edge technology which is going to really create a result which is really going to help the patient. Here we have MNRF and also substitution RF substitution which is going to really help the patient to get rid of these acne scars permanently.
Great, great, great. So to everybody who thinks they've lost hope, see, there are still options available. Just find the link anywhere in the description or the button below if you're on the landing page and actually go down there, visit Dr. Prem's, figure out the solution, what they are for you, and how soon can you actually regain the confidence that these horrible acne scars are making you lose. Now, let's move on to another very, very interesting concept, sir. Body contouring, wherein you craft confidence and not just curves in your patients. So, see, most people think that body contouring is only about vanity, about cosmetics, sir. But would you agree to this or would you disagree to this?
Yes, I really disagree with this because it is going to increase the mental well-being of the patient also, which is really important for the confidence levels in his relationships and also family and friends. Everything is really going to get interconnected with the condition which she or he is suffering from. So the curves or whichever you are talking about body contouring is a different story altogether. It is nothing to do with aesthetics or cosmetics. It is more beyond that. It is going to go on the mental well-being of a patient.
Great, sir. That is why I told that you're crafting confidence and not just the curves. So how do you deliver these dramatic results, sir, without that overdone look? Your patients never look done, but they still get the perfect confidence.
Normalcy is important in these surgeries. We need to bring the patient to normal, which he or she thinks. First, the communication level should be great. That we need to understand the requirement of the patient. We should not overdo it because overdo is the thing which you are talking about is expectations of the patient and the deliverability of the surgeon is important. This all should bridge the gap there. When we are on to the same level of the result will be on the same level.
Yeah. So if there is an alignment between the vision and the surgeon's skill, the results actually fine, right?
Right.
Great, sir. So let's say somebody visited you and wanted to get body contouring done. What exactly do you look for in an ideal candidate, both mentally and physically, for body contouring?
Body contouring is not a weight reduction surgery. It is going to really help the patient to only improve his physical
Shape.
Physical shape, and this is going to really give him the confidence in his life. Okay.
So, sir, when it comes to body contouring and liposuctions, laser is seen as the gold standard in the market, and that is something that you guys follow at Cosmo Radiance as well. So, what is it like sculpting that body with the level of precision that actually laser gives you, sir? Tell me about the surgeon's thrill.
Yeah, Laser is a world-class technology. It is a cutting-edge technology which uses ultrasound energy to liposuction of the fat cells only without damaging the adjacent tissues, vessels, blood vessels, nerves, and other damaging things without any blood loss. That is the only thing in the world which is going to really give us that outcome without much post-surgical recovery time also is completely reduced in these procedures, and the precision and whatever we have promised to the patient, the curvatures and everything can be achieved with this technology.
Sir, even before a lot of the viewers were born, you're creating confidence in operating rooms since then. So even after all these years, what is the one thing about plastic surgery that actually keeps you going and makes you show up every single day at Cosmo Radiance and helps you change lives?
It is the only thing is the satisfaction of the patient, the smile of the patient, the confidence which is really come back to the patient. That is really going to really change the way I am going to work the next day morning. That is going to give us the strength to go forward.
That's great, sir. That you actually find your motivation in the great results that you've been able to achieve, and that is probably why the results are so exceptional at Cosmo Radiance. Anyway, sir, I know you're very busy with all your schedules and all these surgeries, and even after that, you've taken out so much time to talk to us and actually educate the viewers and educate them through Skin Business Accelerator's YouTube channel. So, thank you very much to every.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thank you very much for all the viewers as well. If you want to actually, change your life and gain the confidence sculpted look, it might be gynecomastia, lipomas, anything that can be cured using plastic surgery, Dr. Prem is where you go. Cosmo Radiance is your solution. So just find the link anywhere in the description, book a consultation with Dr. Prem, and get in touch with him one-on-one to find out how easy the solution to all the emotional turmoils is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you, Dr. Prem.
Thank you.